Voilà.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening all. I want first to thank the Exopolitica España for this huge work and very good work. And I expect that next year we shall have Exopolitics from Peru, Argentina, Brazil, Russia, China, Japan, and so on. So my name is Jean-Charles Duboc, and I am a retired Air France B747 captain. On January 28, 1994, during a flight between Nice and London, I observed with my crew, during about 2 minutes, a UFO hovering over Paris. The object had a lens shape and was about 300 meters large. It was dark red with blurry edges and was located 45 kilometers from our position at an altitude of 10,000 meters. At the same time, the Air Defense Radar Operations Center, CODA, recorded during a 1-minute period an echo of unknown origin. Later on, I figured out the estimated position of this UFO on an aeronautical chart, and I was surprised to see that this position corresponded to the French Strategic Air Command, responsible for nuclear deterrence in France. This observation has been included in the Cometa report, written under the authority of General Denis Letty, and by the study group of the Unidentified Aerospace Phenomena, GEPAN, at the French Space Center in Toulouse. This observation made me realize the reality of the UFO phenomenon and the indisputable presence of spacecraft of extraterrestrial origin in our atmosphere. Disclosure began in France in 1977 with the creation of GEPAN by Claude Poher, who subsequently developed the universal theory. This theory explains the rapid departure made by some UFOs, as their acceleration is estimated up to 600 times the terrestrial acceleration. Universal theory is a new approach of gravitation, and Claude Poher says that he can recreate artificial gravity in his lab in Toulouse. When the work of Claude Poher will be industrially developed, it will be possible to produce unlimited free energy and to create gravity propulsion for a new generation of spacecraft. The industrial consequences, the economic and social implications of this discovery are enormous. Indeed, these technological applications lead to the disappearance of industries related to the production of energy from the combustion of fossil fuels like oil and coal. Some oil-producing countries will find themselves with no income. Entire industries will disappear. The tank fleet is bound to be destroyed. Oil companies will go bankrupt. The car industry will be restructured. But all the countries of the world will become self-reliant in energy. This will cause a global systemic crisis. This is a global destruction, reconstruction in industrial, economic, social, and financial fields. We are currently experiencing the first global systemic crisis. It began in its most violent phase in 2008, and everyone can see in his own country the increase in business bankruptcies, rising unemployment, the collapse of tax revenue, the deficit of public accounts, and the increase of social tensions. The concept of a global systemic crisis has been developed by the think tank LEAP Europe 2020, created by Frank Bianchieri. The last edition of this think tank has scheduled 3 collapses, 3 rogue waves, which will converge by the end of this summer to bring about debt default events in the US and UK. These 3 rogue waves are a wave of massive unemployment, a wave of serial corporate bankruptcies, companies, banks, housing, states, countries, towns, a wave of terminal crisis for the US dollar, US T-bonds, and the British pound, and the return of inflation. Debt default events in the US and UK in the next 2 months will cause, in summer 2009, a global geopolitical, in autumn 2009, a global geopolitical dislocation. That will mean the rupture of major financial and economic alliances between many countries of the planet. This global geopolitical dislocation will last 10 years, with a terrible trail of misery, suffering, tension between the countries, if nothing truly revolutionary is done in the field of energy, as the depletion of oil reserves will greatly exacerbate the crisis. For the 100th anniversary of the beginning of World War I, the world could look like Europe in 1914. The future is bleak. The situation has been caused, of course, by selfishness and greed of many leaders, but mostly by the inability of the people to actually control their leaders. Corruption in the world. Capitalism, excess of capitalism, of course. The risk of conflict over the access to energy resources will increase the probability of use of nuclear weapons between the most aggressive belligerents. The possibility of using nuclear weapons to resolve conflicts will cause a surge in UFO observations, as was the case in the 50s and the 60s, with large waves of UFOs which coincided with the proliferation of nuclear tests in the atmosphere. Disclosure will be the lifeline of a world which will fall during the autumn of 2009 in a series of financial, industrial, and social disasters. The next 3 years, from late 2009 to 2012, will be those of the collapse of the world we know. But this will also be those of the revelation to humanity of the reality of the extraterrestrial presence and the possibility of having unlimited and non-pollution energy. The disclosure will begin during 2009 fall, after debt default events in the US and UK, because it will be the only way for these 2 great countries to keep a major role in international relations. Thus, the global systemic crisis will be in a double dip. The first phase of this systemic crisis is the collapse of relations and global balances built after the Bretton Woods agreements of 1944, and that has already begun. The second phase of this systemic crisis will be caused by the collapse of industries related to energy production based on oil, gas, coal, nuclear energy. The second phase will start in 2012 once the disclosure has been accepted by humanity. So, during the next 10 years, technological, industrial, social, financial revolutions will be conducted at a very intense pace with its inevitable anxieties, rebellion, riots, conflicts, if significant solidarity programs are not quickly organized by the governments. The solution to this double global systemic crisis is political, and that is the whole meaning of the word exopolitik, finding new solutions to a world increased crisis by revealing the reality of the UFO phenomenon and the possibility of having an unlimited source of energy, the energy of the universe. To survive this double global systemic crisis, humanity has to define, in a collective way, new economic regulations, a new equilibrium in energy production, the sharing of wealth, and new social rules. The European Union, created in reaction to the atrocities committed during World War II, will be the role model for the survival of the planet. The structure of the European Union, which is a union and not a government, will prove highly adapted to secure a global harmonization of the decision to be taken so as every country and every citizen benefits of these new technologies. The European Union will have to extend gradually and become a planetary union by including other countries like the USA, Canada, Russia, Japan, China, India, Brazil, Argentina, and so on. A planetary union. We need a planetary union. This evolution can only succeed with the support of the people, and therefore with more democracy. Simultaneously to the creation of such a planetary union, we have to create a planetary police. This is the UMO suggestion for the Spanish group, which will ensure the disarmament of the planet, because these new technologies can also, unfortunately, develop new and terrible weapons. The possibility for human beings to have an unlimited and non-pollution energy will revolutionize life on Earth. The end of the burning of oil, gas, coal will reduce significantly pollution and global warming. New industries will appear that will enable us to desalinate ocean water and give fresh water to the greatest part of humanity and make the desert fertile and so feed, transport, heat, and air condition 6 billion human beings. It will also become possible to create new training programs for young people based on the apprenticeship of freedom, solidarity, and responsibility. On that account, I can only recommend giving young Europeans a human education by sailing tall ships as crew members along the coast of Europe, across the Atlantic, and around the world, as proposed in the Euroclippers project I have developed, and that is now under study by the French government and the European Commission. The discovery of new propulsion energies based on the creation of artificial gravity will enable us to build space hotels in Earth orbits. This will be the beginning of space tourism and will put the exciting discovery of our planet seen from outer space within reach of most people. Given the consequences of the collision of an asteroid with Earth, a global program to protect our planet must be developed so as to deflect those dangerous asteroids known as geocruisers. Then will come the time when we can have an official contact with extraterrestrial civilization who have been visiting our planet for thousands of years. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention.